My name is Victor, and this is my 2019 Subaru WRX, nicknamed Ellie. I've owned this car for about 2.5 years now, and I gotta say there's a lot of things that I really love about it. There's a lot of things that Subaru did right. But there's also a few things that I don't love as much as I thought. So this is a video about 5 things I love and 5 things I don't love about my 2019 Subaru WRX. Things I love. Number 1, the fuel economy. This is first on my list not only because I wanted to open with a little controversial content for the views, but because I actually believe that the Subaru WRX gets good gas mileage despite their reputation. My WRX with the FA20 engine typically averages 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers with mixed driving, and under 7 liters per 100 kilometers on longer drives staying off boost. I've even done as well as 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers with my foot feathering the gas pedal and throwing the car into neutral down every hill. The car's fuel economy calculations aren't exact, but I've gone over 850 kilometers on a tank of gas several times. Not bad for a sports sedan. Number 2, speed and power. This isn't the fastest car ever made by a long shot, but it's the way it puts that power to the road that makes it fun. The all-wheel drive system grips up for a 0 to 60 time of 5.5 seconds. That's the same as a 2013 Porsche Boxster. But it's also the same as a 2022 Toyota RAV4 Prime, so The car is quick enough in most scenarios, especially with a lot of the speed limits in my area dropping so low that I could basically run faster. Plus, the twin-scroll turbo setup brings the boost on early, making it fun and easy to just take off. Number 3, the manual transmission. When I first started looking at WRXs, I took a test drive in a 2011 with the 5-speed manual, and the difference between that and the 6-speed was night and day. The 6-speed is smooth and fuel efficient, and the 5-speed sends every little vibration straight into your arm and may as well be made of glass when you add any power. The 6-speed manual in my parents' Honda Accord is probably the best manual transmission I've ever used, and one of the best you can get in any sedan. But the WRX is a close second. Number 4, the exterior. My favorite body style is still the GR wide-body WRXs and STIs, but I love the look of my WRX as well. It has the hood scoop that made this car so famous, albeit it's subtle compared to the older generations. The lines are aggressive and unassuming at the same time, and the World Rally Blue is gorgeous. That being said, if you do ever see this car in a color other than blue, it really blends in with the other cars on the road. And sometimes less attention in a sports car can be a good thing. Also, when I first started putting together this video, the 2022 WRX design wasn't out yet, and I feel like it's helped my case a little bit, with plastic fender flares like an SUV and a rear bumper that makes it look like it's wearing a diaper. I do wish I had that 2.4 liter engine though. Number 5, the practicality. When you typically buy a sports car, you're usually giving some practicality up in favor of that sportiness, with fewer seats, or 2 doors, or no storage space. Not so with the WRX. It seats 5, has a fair-sized trunk, and the seats are 60-40 split for tons of extra room when you need it. Wow. The ground clearance and all-wheel drive also makes this car a great choice all year round. Have you ever searched up videos of WRXs in the snow? Things I don't love. Number 1, premium fuel. You may have heard the expression smiles per gallon, not miles per gallon, and despite its fuel efficiency, the WRX still costs an extra $15 to $20 to fill up due to premium fuel. Pay to play, I suppose. It's hard to find sports sedans with over 250 horsepower that don't require premium fuel, but I'd love to hear some other vehicle suggestions in the comments below. Number 2, wheel and tire proportions. The stock wheels and tires on the base model WRX are okay, but I've always felt that they look a little small, almost like the car is wearing a tiny set of shoes. Not only that, but the factory Dunlop tires certainly aren't at the top of their class. The larger sidewalls with the 17-inch rims soak up more bumps, but the aftermarket options are endless and look so much better. Even the wheels and tires from the WRX Sport trim or the STI models far improve the overall look of the car, giving it the shoe size it deserves. Number 3, interior fit and finish. If you're looking for luxury, a base model WRX certainly isn't it. My fiance classifies it as the bare minimum for daily drivability. And in terms of creature comforts, I'm inclined to agree. The seats are fairly comfortable, and the radio has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for 2019, but there's nothing you wouldn't expect to see on a car at this price point from 10 years ago. I couldn't even think of a third feature to list because it doesn't have any. The base model is bare bones. Want to move your seat? Grab the handle. Want to turn up the heat? Turn the dial. It's all simple and it just works, which is what I wanted. But if that's not for you, you're going to have to find a higher trim or look at another manufacturer. But at the end of the day, no matter what WRX you settle on, it's all going to be block and plastic.
Block and plastic. It's block and plastic. It's block and plastic.
Number 4, the clutch. Sportier cars tend to have aggressive clutches unless you're driving a Honda with a clutch as smooth as butter that babies you into every gear. But the WRX's clutch is just odd. There's a clutch spring that makes it easier to press, but also makes the travel uneven. It springs right up to the bite point and then springs right out of it. And if you're not careful, you'll miss that bite point and get a really rough shift.
Sorry. Okay, first. Okay.
My clutch was also the first part on this car to require repair. After just 25,000 kilometers, I needed a new clutch release bearing, a known issue on these cars. Number 5, the rev range. This car suffers from rev hang, where the revs don't drop quickly enough, especially from first to second gear. Shift too fast and you get some massive drivetrain shock. What's worse, the torque dips at 4,500 RPMs, and all that pull from the turbo I mentioned earlier just kind of disappears. Luckily, both of these issues can be fixed with a simple tune. From a Cobb access port or a reputable shop, of course. The Subaru WRX is like Goldilocks, looking for that happy middle. The suspension is firm, but not too firm. It's fast, but not too fast to enjoy on the road every day. It'll take on any season, any terrain, and any use case to a degree, as much as a little sports sedan can. And considering all that, I'm glad this car is in my garage.